Welcome to the heart of Little Italy, on the corner of Langlois and Erie, at Cafe Morena. My name is John Reel, aka Johann Schmutz, welcoming you to Entertainment Windsor's Premier Gala.
Hi, and welcome to EntertainmentWindsor.ca, EWTV.
The only broadcast source dedicated solely to arts and entertainment in Windsor and Essex County.
Coming up on this week's webisode,
we have highlights from our exclusive VIP premiere party at Cafe Morena.
Smogtown Pictures presents Moonlight Sonata.
I get an exclusive backstage pass to my favorite musical, The Producers, presented by Windsor Light Music Theatre. We have more with Anthony Sedlak, host of The Main on Food Network Canada.
And April Samard sits down with Scott Fraser at Vernon's to check out his music.
A fun time was had by all at the VIP premiere party at Cafe Morena. Our own John Reel, disguised as his alter ego Johann Schmutz III, got the scoop with our EW premiere guests on the red carpet.
Welcome to Entertainment Windsor's Premier Gala. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. This is a very fancy do.
Thank you. This is Nikki Adams.
Hello, I'm very happy to be here, but I didn't know you were all so dressed up. I better go home and change, get my tiara.
You look fantastic. That's beautiful. I love your shirt. Where did you get it?
England.
England? Wow. You do. Here are two more guests to Entertainment Windsor's Premier Gala, and you are?
Paulette DeAngelis.
And you, sir?
Joe DiMaggio.
It would be an honor if you were Joe DiMaggio. Yes. Thank you for coming. Welcome to the Premier Gala.
Okay, thank you everybody for coming. We're so excited about this new venture that we've started, EntertainmentWindsor.ca, EWTV. I'd like to thank my cast and crew, especially my co-host Sean, and all of you for coming and supporting us. This is wonderful to see how much support we have in the city of Windsor. Arts and entertainment is alive and well in Windsor, isn't it? Hallelujah! I'd like to pass it now to my co-host Sean, and he'd like to thank everyone else who supported us. Sean?
Well, thank you very much. To give you a little background on this, Veronica and myself at one point wanted to do a cooking show.
Yeah!
So she was going to be the cook, and I was going to be the person that pulled down the oven when this stuff was already cooked. So anyways, that was kind of put in the garbage, so then we decided we'd come up with something else. And one thing that we found was missing in Windsor was a good media coverage of all the things that happen, arts and entertainment in the city. So we got together, we got a team of people together, and then we decided, hey, why don't we just go out and make contact with people, film, talk with people, get to know the community. And there really, truly is a lot of talented people in Windsor. Actors, musicians, designers, filmers, actors. It's been great.
Brandon, how are you this evening?
I am very good. Very happy to be here. Congratulations extended to EW. Looking very forward to many more interviews with people and exciting news about Windsor. And it's just great being here.
Terrific. I love your outfit. Where did you get your shirt?
Chatties.
At Chatty's?
Yes.
It's beautiful.
We'll have more highlights from our EW premiere party throughout our webcast.
imagine being all alone in your dorm room and suddenly students around you are getting sick from some mysterious illness. Well, that's the premise behind the film Moonlight Sonata, which was shot last summer at the University of Windsor.
But have you even seen them? They keep telling us it's a flu.
You're gonna be fine in a couple of hours, okay? We'll get this cleaned up. I'm gonna give you an antibiotic to take home, and you're gonna be fine. All right?
Thanks.
Okay.
We're here with the cast and crew of Moonlight Sonata. Well, let's just first introduce some of our cast and crew. You are?
I'm Kimberly Grace. I play Jen in the movie.
I'm Ken Amlin. I'm the director.
I'm Joel Simond. I play McQuaid.
And I'm Gory Bissett. I wrote the story.
tell me a little bit about Moonlight Sonata.
Well, when we were writing it, we wanted to do something that was kind of a fun horror movie, but overall it's a fairly simple plot with, I don't know, very teenage-type experiences that kind of twist into a more serious element as the story goes on.
What made you want to direct horror?
Well, it's really with a low budget and not too much experience. It's kind of turned out to be the easiest way to do it. Corey came up with an idea to make a movie, and I thought, yeah, I'd love to do that.
You know, if you do like an action film, you have to have a big budget. There's explosions everywhere. If we did a comedy, just no one would take us seriously. Didn't really want to do a drama because everyone does dramas. So we figured this was a nice starting point to the horror movie. We got to do a lot of fun stuff. You know, it wasn't all about cinematography. We got to go in and have some fun with a lot of cool gore shots. We got to play with things that you couldn't do in other genres.
What if it's in the food? We all ate some.
As much as I'd like to believe the slop they serve here could kill, we're not sick. So food's out.
But have you even looked at them? They look like they're about to keel over at any minute. And people keep telling us it's a flu.
Well, it sure doesn't sound like any flu.
Yeah, way to tell me what it's not.
I'm just saying, maybe we shouldn't take this all so light.
What if it's airborne?
Now, I hear in this movie, and this is the only spoiler that I'll give, is that Sean Harlan dies in this movie.
That he does. It's a good death, though. It's very enjoyable.
So, do you find any similarities between your character that you've portrayed in the movie and the character that you are in real life?
Well, Jen is very extreme. I kind of think that I see Jen as an unfiltered version of myself. Like, all the qualities that are in me, she kind of amplifies them. But you have to be able to find yourself in your character. That's how you make it real, and that's what makes your performance believable.
McQuaid's kind of like the tough guy, sort of the movie, I would say, for sure. But he doesn't really get along too well with other people. He has his own personal ego, I would say, that he's consistently fighting with other characters.
Wow, that is some pretty scary stuff. And it's amazing that a film like this was done right here in Windsor. You can be sure that EW will keep you up to date on the upcoming release of the film.
Welcome to the premiere gala of Entertainment Windsor. How do you do? I'm John Reel, aka Johann Schmutz, and my goodness, what an outfit.
Thank you very much.
And who are you wearing anyway?
It's fair weather.
It's gorgeous. What are you doing wearing it?
What am I doing wearing it? Looking fine.
You look fabulous, my dear. Could you turn around? I think it's backless. Isn't that stunning? My goodness. Tim Marshall.
Hi, John. How are you?
How are you doing?
Good.
And who are you wearing?
I actually got this out of the pajama section of the thrift store earlier today.
Oh, did you? Wow. You know where to shop. How are you doing?
Very good, thank you.
You enjoying the food and the gala?
It's wonderful. The food is delicious here.
Anthony Sedlak, the charismatic chef from Food Network Canada's show The Main, was in Windsor recently as a celebrity chef for the Big Brothers and Big Sisters Battle of the Hors d'oeuvres. EWTV had a chance to talk with him about his show.
The Main. Well, The Main is a show that airs on Food Network Canada, and the premise of the show is that we take one main ingredient, we showcase or theme it into a main course. The goal being to give the viewer, or in the case of the book, the reader, the tools to be really, really creative with ingredients we already have at home, in a nutshell version, with loads of chefy tips, and it's a cool show. One of the luxuries, and I'm so grateful for it, one of the perks about my job is that I get to travel around a lot and see different communities, cities and towns right across the board, and just see what's happening on a smaller level in the Canadian sort of culinary arts. You know, my style of cuisine is very much back to basics, real deal food, and I'm a firm believer that simplicity speaks the loudest on the plate, and that classics are forever. I would probably do something along the lines of maybe a sickly pan-roasted scallop with a little caper beurre noisette over like a squash puree. I'd try and keep it seasonal and following suit to the weather that we have.
Awesome. That sounds great.
That does sound good.